Connecting. Yo, yo, yo.
It's
Check, check,
Missio
check.
Monday.
Check, check, check. Missio Monday. I'm wearing my Missio hoodie today. What's up?
Oh shit, I didn't even notice that. That's a sharp looking hoodie.
Yep. We should bring these back.
We should.
You know what else I got?
Oh dude, you are repping the gear today. I love it, man.
I think you and I both our merch is like 80% our wardrobe at this point.
Yeah, I've accepted it. I've accepted it. It's just a large portion of what I wear on the daily, you know.
Yep. How's everybody
Okay.
doing? How's
Products
Monday?
tested and approved of.
Everybody's Monday going well? I woke up tired as shit this morning.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but I was super tired today.
I slept pretty hard. I
Last
don't know
night?
if that means I woke up tired or not, but yeah.
Who we got in here? We got Lonnie.
Well, what are
Lonnie,
we
what's
doing here,
up?
man?
What's up, Lonnie? We got Aaron. What's up, Aaron? Who else do I recognize? Herbert, the bee cat. I remember you from last time. Tess, what's up? Hello, hello. What are y'all's thoughts? So I guess it's been a week
Exhausted.
since we
I get
dropped.
that vibe. Very exhausted.
It's been a week since we dropped I Am Sad. Are y'all even more sad now? We make you guys more
Yeah,
sad.
Monday's a great sad day. Yeah, we're at the end of Monday too, so it's like we've experienced the full Monday vibe, and now we're at the end of it. Although the end of Monday's better than the beginning of a Monday.
Truth, truth. All right, well, let's start jumping in here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Really
Definitely.
appreciate that. We dropped a music video.
Yeah.
We dropped an EP. David, you wanna lead this one off?
Yeah, well, like, I mean, we're gonna kind of get into some of the details behind the scenes a bit on. We did drop a new music video this week as well, and it was a lot of firsts for us because I don't know. We always try different things on making music videos, and I think that's actually a fun part of it is us figuring out different ways to make visual content. But with this I'm sad, um, it was really a concept that we came up with / Matthew came up with, really took the lead on, and like I don't know, I feel like we really did this video with the help of Ima, a photographer / videographer / very talented um, person in general, helped us out. But like it really felt like our little DIY fun project, which is fun, and video projects for me are like they don't go together. They're usually like pretty shitty. Honestly, we usually hate doing videos.
Well, they
For
are
various.
like just to give some insight into that. I think our experience doing most music videos has been on a major label, which without talking too much trash, I mean, there's so many politics that go into it with ego, especially. So it's like we come in kind of automatically doing this fighting heads against an idea, and then it just ends up costing so much money, and like we end up kind of leaving the process not happy with a lot of the end results. So I think to David's point, exploring this kind of rabbit hole a little bit where we're kind of working more on the visual content and trying to experiment and get artsy with it has led to, I think, a more personal experience with the song itself, because the visuals, it's not necessarily, we don't care about telling a story per se. It's more about capturing the feeling of what that song is, what we're trying to portray, and then have it be a simple enough video where people go, "Oh, that's a great video." And then what else do you guys have? Without just like blowing the fucking budget on one music video, which we've done before, and I don't think we'll ever do that again. So
Yeah, dude, no way. I mean, it's just not fun. It's way more fun when you hit me up one night and it's like, hey, I had a crazy idea for a music video, and then you spit it out, and I'm like, sounds awesome. Let's go for it, you know? And it's like, I don't know. There's something way more fun that is in the spirit of what it is to be a band, sort of, you know, that's like kind of figuring it out and flying by the seat of your pants.
Yeah. Well, and I also love too.
That's in that way that isn't really in hiring a bunch of people to do it for you, you know?
Yeah, and I'm also enjoying. I would not consider myself to be a videographer at all, but just getting more familiar with my eye and how I see things, and being able to learn more about video gear. Like it's been fun for me. So it's like it's cool to be able to experiment and just be like, I have no fucking idea what is going on here, but I'm gonna try what I feel and how the music makes me feel. And I feel like thus far it's gone pretty well for us, as I would say.
Yeah, well, I think you're being pretty modest. I think you're a budding video dude, video director. I don't know, like whatever that world is. I think
Cinematographer.
you could do it, man. If you weren't so talented at this shit, you could totally. Yeah, cinematographer. There we go. That sounds way more professional than video dude. But like, yeah, man, like it's more fun. It's just more fun this way, you know. So
Yeah. And I will say the night that this idea
I
came
love so
about.
much.
Oh, so that. Sorry, there's a delay on you, David.
Oh, all good. I was gonna ask you about the inspiration for the idea. Anyways,
Yeah. So I would say our process for 90% of stuff is getting super baked and then closing our eyes and listening to stuff. And so that's what happened here. Is one night I was jamming the EP just to try to see if there were any last minute notes, and I smoked a big old fat J, closed my eyes, and this was actually something that I got from Diego, who worked on a bunch of videos for us during Can You Feel It Son. Was his approach to music videos specifically are when he listens to the song for the first time, he'll close his eyes and then he'll start mapping what he sees visually from the first time around. And I think there's a coolness to there are pros and cons to that. The pros though are there's a purity in that to being able to find kind of what it is that you're trying to say, because it is kind of subconsciously what's going on as you're processing the song. Um, so I ended up doing that, and I was looking at this specific picture, which I'll pull up here in a sec, of a local artist here in Austin, and I have it hanging up on my wall. And I just thought that the image itself was such a great kind of encapsulator of the song as a whole. So I'll show you that. This right here. So this is I don't know the name off the top of off my head, but again, local Austin artist here, and there's just I love what that visual expresses, and so I think we took a different spin on that visual of how to portray that in this music video. But that image says so much to me, so we kind of tried to bring in a little different vibe with some cakes there, and then I will also show you guys some behind the scenes shots here. So we've got Ima took this photo, so freaking sick. A couple more for you. We got a black and white here. And a cool thing to mention here is this is my house actually. So we were trying to figure out ways to save money. We were like, shit, let's just shoot it from my house. We'll save a shit ton of money. And so that's like my little kitchen area. I'll show you one more photo. I think you guys have seen this one before, but. And again, this is Ima, who's here locally from Austin. She helped us shoot some of this shit. Super cool. I love it. So messy to clean up. David, do you want to talk about some of that? Just how fucking terrible it was to get that off.
about the cleanup, you mean
Yeah.
you mean how I completely left right after the video was done because I conveniently had to go pick up my wife right at that time. I was like, okay, well, see ya, and you're left cleaning up all the cake, all the confetti, all of the mess. So yeah, sorry about that one, but so can't really speak to the cleanup. However, I can speak to getting hit repeatedly in the face by cakes. You know, that was to be honest, not nearly as like explosive of an experience as you as I was expecting initially.
Agreed.
It's like those cakes were very dense. They were dense cakes, pillowy, so
Agreed.
which led to like heavier and heavier slams of the face into the cake to try to get the desired result. So yeah, just things you didn't know about cakes.
Yeah. I feel like I was breaking out like all along the side of my nose for the next week because it was just like butter and vanilla icing that was just like
Yeah.
stuck oily here. I had some behind my ears, which I was just like, that's disgusting.
Dude,
So gross.
my beard was the most disgusting thing. I washed it, and then like later on that, like it was like a day later, I was like watching a movie, and I noticed that it was kind of like I had sprayed hairspray in it still. Like, like I almost like you could break it. It was so stiff. I was like, geez, I need to wash this a little.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how many cakes? We had six full cakes that we used, which I was actually kind of pissed about because I thought we had only used 5. So that night when everybody went home, I was like, dude, I'm about to break into this 6th cake. And I opened the fridge. I was like, no, fuck, we used them all.
Yeah. No, I do remember using all the cakes as well. So just kept reaching in there and doing one more shot. I mean, that's still only. I mean, how many did you say? 5 or 6? That's not very many
6.
shots you have.
6, yeah. To be honest, if we were on a bigger film production set, they would have had so many more cakes just in case. But
Yeah, I mean, at least 12 cakes. At least
yeah,
12. Shit, I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, fucking hilarious.
Hey man, we made those 6 cakes go far. Hey, my other favorite bit of this story is just how depressed we made the grocery store cake maker guy who had just finished his weekly like quota of cakes all stacked up, fully stocked out. You could tell he's just all proud. And then Matthew just walks in, takes it all, and he's back to the beginning, just starts going back to the flour.
Dude, this guy looked at me like he wanted to punch me in the face. It was 10 a.m. too. I think it was a Monday, and I come in just like trying. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm looking for, but like I just come in and rob his selection. And he looks at me like, "Fuck you, you
I
stupid bitch."
I feel bad for him. I mean, I do feel bad, but they went to a good cause, I believe.
Hell yeah,
Way better than a birthday. Shit,
hell yeah,
that's so normal. It's got to be immortalized
hell
in
yeah.
video form.
All right, let's go ahead and play this video. I'm assuming most people in here have already seen this, but we'll play this. And then, David, if there's something that you want to pause, just let me know, and I'll just pause real quick, or we can talk afterwards. But
Yeah. So if you pause it, we can talk about whatever. We'll just see what happens.
cool.
Simple case of good imagination. I don't need your crystal ball. Tell your fortune, look what I predicted. Nothing's going right at all. I don't need to read your mind now. I can see the pain in your eyes.
Side note, want to talk about that costume for a second? Because we kind of went into that not really knowing what we were going to do. And so we bought some material, and we were just like, I think this looks decent. And we're like literally the morning of drawing little black eyes on this guy, just like trying to make it look unique. And I thought it turned out pretty sick. But do you have anything to add to that, D?
Sorry, I muted myself. Number one, I love those tiny eyes. We had no idea what we're doing, but we just kind of drew them on first try. And there's something so kind of like meek and perfect about them that I really relate to in the weirdest way. To those eyes, the Sharpie ended up just being all over my face because the cake oil bled through, which caused the Sharpie. And I got home and Mandy's like, "Are you wearing mascara?" I said, "No, this is Sharpie from the mask that we made." So but this, yeah. The second thing I'll say is that is incredible. You can already start to see it in this shot, but like, I did not expect that cake icing would come across so artistic. It almost looks like acrylic paint.
Yeah,
And
it
as
really
you go
does.
further and further through the video, you see it like, it feels like acrylic paint, oddly.
Yeah, it really does. And somebody said, "What's the ghost costume mean?" One of my favorite movies of all time is a movie called A Ghost Story. And I have been wanting to do something inspired by that for the longest time, and we just haven't been able to. So this is no doubt about it, inspired by that. And as we kind of get through the video, I'll kind of share more about what some of the things mean to me. But I just thought that costume was super cool. Somebody's like, "Yeah, I was wondering why it was asymmetrical." Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, we were going for that, clearly.
Okay, continue.
Take a tab, relax and hallucinate, and tell me where it all went wrong. Blame your dad, but you should blame your mother. She wouldn't let you hear this song. I don't need to.
Also, may I add, toasters in the bathtub. So nonsensical and so weird, but also just that little touch to me that is just like, what the fuck are these guys doing? But with a song like this, I felt like the abstractness of some of the visuals were going to be actually a really nice touch. So it is dark as fuck, but we.
I was gonna say, like, my all-star last minute edition of the video, the sparklers, man. Like, you're like, "Hey, we're gonna do this video." I was like, "Great, what can I bring?" I was like, "I'm bringing confetti and sparklers," and I love the way the sparklers turned out and all the shots that they're in.
Definitely. That became honestly one of my favorite shots of the whole video. So kudos,
Dude,
Sparkler.
me too.
Man. Kudos.
Hey, man, little fireworks have been the best always since day one, since we were kids.
Hell yeah. Hey Dave, just a heads up, you're cutting out again. I will continue.
Okay, I'm gonna go out and come back in.
I can see the pain in your eyes. I don't need to read your mind now. I can see the pain in your eyes.
I'll pause this for a second because I think this is a cool part to me. Kind of what the cake represents is based around that lyric. I can see the pain in your eyes. I don't need to read your mind, right? In the chorus. To me, this cake is kind of representative of when somebody is drawing attention to themselves because you know they're really struggling. And they're just like doing these things sometimes in life where it doesn't make sense to you. And you're like, why are you acting like this? Or why are you acting childish? Or when you get to the bare root, it comes down to, well, it's a cry for them asking for something, or they need something, or they need love, or whatever they're looking for. And so this specific part of the song to me is David this whole time has been crying out for attention with this costume and like causing chaos with cake all over his face. And then this moment is where I'm coming in and saying, hey man, I see your shit. I see what you need and what you're looking for, and I'm gonna come, even though right now it's messy and chaotic as fuck. Here I am. I'm gonna be here to help you and kind of go through the bullshit, and then we come out on the other side. So to me, this is just like a very artistic way of representing that. But it's a special part about kind of what the meaning is behind why we're doing what we're doing. You have anything to
Yeah,
add to that, D?
just that lyric is like low key, like a sleeper, one of my favorite lyrics we've ever written, because kind of what you're talking about, it's because people approach the world looking a lot of times for all these mystical answers or spiritual answers, when in reality they're mostly just guided by the pain and trauma that they've been dealt in their lives. And so it's like, I don't know, there's just like this picture of like, when someone with wisdom or anybody from an outside perspective looks in your life and can kind of give you maybe like share a different perspective with you, it can feel like, oh my gosh, when was it? It's because you're stuck in a certain way. There's something about those lyrics. It's so simple. It's what I love about music and a lyric. It's that, hey, you don't have to say too much, because that's what I always end up doing. I always overthink it and never say it. But just the simplicity in the way the lyric and that chorus is laid out, it takes my mind to all the places, and I connect with it.
I love that. Absolutely. All right, here we go.
Still a lack of self-appreciation. Nothing's going right at all.
Such a great fucking ending. Goddamn.
Dude, one for the win. Let
I
me just go
love it.
ahead and let me go ahead and claim victory on that shot. Here's the situation. We're setting up the fourth quarter, last second 3-pointer right here. I had to be out the door. I had to pick my wife up from a scheduled thing. I mean, this is the reality of the situation, right? We had one cake left, and I had to get out the door in like 15 minutes. We had the whole shot set up. It was like, all right, let's get in there and let's do it. And the timing of the end is weird, So that was for me. That was the anxiety going into the last shot. Like, hey, one cake, you're gonna smash your face. You got to time it out. You got to smash your face. Take your mask off. Smash your face. Love it.
One take, bro. One
got it.
fucking take.
One take.
Yeah, I love that. That last shot of
Yeah, it
you.
was fun though.
I love that Dwight, our producer, I think he saved that photo of you in his phone every time you call and text him, which I think is hilarious. It what was that? What's that show? I think it was on Hulu about the with Zach Galifianakis, the clown one. You know what show I'm talking about?
Oh, right. Baskets or
Baskets.
Baskets,
Yeah.
I think is what it's called.
There's for some reason this music video kind of reminds me, obviously totally different concept and stuff, but there's an element of the darkness and the beauty of that show, if you remember it, to this music video. Such a weird show, but I feel like this is such a weird piece of art too, that they kind of go hand in hand a little bit.
I feel like that's kind of something that we love, just juxtaposition, right? The like sad clown, it's like melancholy, beautiful, dark at the same time. I think that's how we see the world in a lot of ways. And so I think it creeps into our music so often.
Yeah. Yeah, you and I talk a lot about duality and how oftentimes in the world now it seems like people either think this way or that way. Like everything is so black and white, and in reality, there's so much that exists in the gray on virtually everything that I think when it comes to art, we're always trying to showcase this side, but at the same time this side, and kind of the balance of life and where that brings us. And Yeah, I just feel like that's a much better way to approach life because it's less about being right or wrong, and it's more about just kind of accepting where people are at. You agree with that?
Explain how Matthew looked so cool in one of the shots, and I was like, honestly, Matthew's gonna have to explain how he looked so cool in his shots.
You'll have
But
to
I
tell me.
liked that.
You'll have to tell me which shot. To be honest, sometimes when I look back, I'm like, how the fuck do I look so cool in that shot? And I ask myself the exact same question. So,
Dude, it was the fog, man, the fog machine, dude.
yeah, truth,
That's what it was.
truth, truth. Something that we were talking about for the future of these is there's a really cool feature in here where basically we can get people to call in so that we can talk and that we can actually do question and answer type vibe. So we were talking about doing that next week if that is something that you guys have any interest in. And from testing this out, I mean, it seems like it's actually like we'll be able to talk to you over this live stream, like a telephone call. So if that's something that makes y'all stoked, let us know, and we will do that next week. And you guys can literally just start brainstorming a bunch of different questions that you have. Good, bad, funny, serious, whatever you guys want.
For sure, yeah. If you guys have any questions about I'm Sad or whatever, honestly, we're down to chat. So honestly, it'll be fun to try this new thing out. We'll figure out all of the specifics, but it'll basically be the same thing. We'll just share, I guess, via this little at some point during the broadcast. We'll send out a number, and you guys can just call in, and we'll just go. I believe we'll be able to just go through one by one and just kind of answer them as they come, and
Yep.
we can all just chat together about the different things as they come. We'll test it out.
Yep. We have 3 minutes. So, what do you guys want to talk about? You guys shoot it up in the comments, questions, whatever. We'll hit you back real quick. What you got? Argentina. Thank you so much for coming here today. That's crazy. That's very far from the United States. Tell us about your tattoos. David, what's your favorite tattoo that you have?
Tell us about your tattoos. I just got super sad because we lost our tattoo artist friend pretty recently. So anytime someone asks about it, I'm gonna go, well, like this this one right here that is like this little kraken, and oh, gosh darn it, sorry, this is at a really weird angle to show that ship upside down. Anyways, that's just a piece that our buddy Mike and I worked on together. I didn't give him much direction. I just kind of like explained this kind of general feeling I had about being from the coast, and having this little like being an explorer in a ship and having a little bit of a dark creature lurking below the water. And he came up with this cool clipper ship slash kraken thing that is very unique to his head and the way he saw art. So that's one that means a lot to me right now, But I love all of them for different reasons,
Yeah, R.I.P. Mike.
I know.
It's so sad. Just randomly got cancer out of nowhere and just took him last minute. It's so sad.
What about you?
Ooh, my favorite. I think maybe honestly still this. You can see it. Still this eyeball.
Oh yeah, that one that goes together on your arms.
Yeah, it's you kind of have to see it in person, but that
It's
one
like
is. Yeah, it's just 3-dimensional and weird. Somebody said, is that a real 8 ball or is that where did that comment go? That actually is a real crystal ball. I say real. I mean, it was $20 on Amazon, but it may tell our future. We just haven't cast the right spells yet.
Yeah.
Need to look into that.
Nice and black. It's cool
Yeah.
looking.
If you guys have any spells that we could cast on it, try that.
Yeah, one of my favorite features of that crystal ball is how it accidentally rolls off the shot in a perfect way in one of the early shots. I think it's the first chorus, maybe.
Yeah.
I love that part about the crystal. Little look for that little detail.
Yep. All right. That is it. That's our time.
Sick. Looking forward to next week.
Yeah, thank y'all so much. I know life is crazy right now. Mondays especially. You guys have all kinds of shit going on. So genuinely appreciate y'all hanging out. We're gonna try to be doing this every week just so that we can keep y'all up to date with what we're doing. David, are we allowed to tease anything that we're doing in coming up here soon? What are we allowed to give away?
I don't know if we even know enough to be able to hold ourselves to whatever we give away, other than we have a really big year coming of stuff that you'll be wanting to honestly tune in weekly, because we'll be having new stuff coming pretty regularly that most of the time we'll probably share through this medium and really talk about in this way. So I think the reason we're really doing this is because we love, understanding some of the inspiration behind our favorite art. And so we just wanted to kind of share all the details we could with you guys, and also just form a community with you guys and just whatever, hang and honestly, I genuinely have been looking forward to these both the last few weeks. So I'm excited to see where we can grow it to.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, thank y'all again so much. And we will see you next Monday.
See you later, everybody.
We need a theme song to play out every time. Let's go.